Now we're up. There we go. Oh, we're perfect. Okay, we're back. YouTube having fun. You know, we're rated R on this podcast. Fucking shit up. We're back again. Go over my spiel I did the first time. We tried the Revved Up podcast. We'll just say it fell through. We weren't committed.
It sucked.
So now we're changing wording hard. Ideas. Strictly NORA. We'll cover the RO4 season. We won't touch on the real life stuff because I love NAPCAR. But tonight, again,
Who wants to talk about that anyways?
Well, that's true.
Exactly.
But tonight, same crew. Introduce again Brady. I'm just gonna say it again. Have second fast in the field at Sonoma Moats. Dalton Gerpax Tucker, who apparently can't turn right at a road course.
And introduce yourself.
League owner who had 16 incident points at Michigan in the new car. Josh Conover. How you guys doing?
No. I'm gonna run 98th at Sonoma qualifying, and I suck.
P4.
And then put some P4 on Paul. Yeah. Conover.
See, I learned from Dalton though. You set the standards low, and then if you happen to beat set standards, it's like, oh my god.
I wouldn't say you learned from me because I put the standard low and I actually am 40th.
That's just because you can't turn right, which again we found out tonight that you cannot do. So
Literally. Just
I think
it's not happening.
I think the only positive I could take away from tonight is that I'm in the Bud Shootout now for next year. Right.
well, so let's start with tonight. So we had technically 39 cars, biggest field, actually past Daytona tonight. I think we had 36 for the whatever it is, the 350, whatever it was. And second race with Live RC, which we'll get into that too. But we, 2-minute grid period, let guys use the bathroom, whatever, because our races have gone green. 2 pace laps, go over all the usual nonsense that league owners love to go on and on about that you guys absolutely love and it's your favorite part of the night. And then we wreck going into 3 under caution still.
Hell yeah.
I mean, a caution in a caution. I mean, it's pretty great.
I mean,
Dude, car count. I guess solves all the problems too. So we just have to add more cars, and then, just have more to wreck. I guess it makes it just better racing overall.
yeah, and again, we can touch on that too, but I think we wrecked lap 2?
-1.
Well,
-1 technically.
technically, yes. Give him credit. It was like -0.5. Oh, and look, that's part of the broadcast. And the fence is on there. Nice. But yeah, give him credit. It was like half a lap, -0.5. They wrecked on the back stretch at least. Yeah, then I think we wrecked lap 2, and then lap 6.
Yeah, it was early on, pretty bad.
And I think Christenberry actually noted it towards the end. We had so many cautions. We went from 4 or 5 green flag pit stops at night to technically, I guess you could say we had 1, but I know myself, I didn't pit once under green. So you literally went from 4 or 5 green flag stops to 0.
It's like a catch-22. It's like, I love cautions, but I don't love what we had tonight. That's not good racing to me.
And I guess we'll go right into the new stuff. So I know Brady, you ran. It was obviously New Michigan. I think Dalton, you actually ran a race here as well. Do we think? I guess give me your overall opinion. Car, I guess balance, driving, feedback. I guess on what you experienced tonight.
Go Dalton.
I'll compare it to like the week 13. I kind of knew we were in trouble. The races I did two of them, I think, maybe one. It was just pack racing. Um, it was very tight, a lot of wrecks. Uh, just the car's a blast to drive. I think it's tight at times and then very loose on exit if you kind of get a little overeager. But I knew we were going to be in trouble. The problem was what I thought we were in trouble with wasn't the problem tonight.
Brady.
Yeah, I don't know. The car just like is at 2 mile tracks in general is just like really freaking tight, dude. Like it's kind of crazy the way the setups are built. I feel like you could build a setup to be a little bit more balanced, personally, but also at the same time, like I sat there and complained at the beginning of the week, like, damn, the car's super tight, like what the hell, and then you go and watch the actual race. I know we were gonna talk about the actual race, but you hear fucking Jeff. He's bitching the whole time about how tight the car is. Like it's literally about to knock the wall down every corner. So I mean, at least it's realistic and stuff. But the whole no feel in the wheel, I'm not sure about that. Like I don't understand. And like it's Sonoma, like for example too. Like talk about that. Like there's just no feel in the wheel for a lot. Like unless you put the car literally on 8-1. Like you can't feel the wheel whatsoever, and it's just kind of weird. I don't know. It's unique. Like it's almost like the '87 and the next gen, for whatever reason, had a baby, and it came out as like this fucked up thing. I don't know. It's just weird.
So let me ask you this, because I guess it kind of goes into my original question too. Do we think we were kind of, in a sense, bailed out by the weather? Because I don't think the track ever got under like 116, and I think in the beginning we were like 124. So do we think that kind of helped, I guess, handling setup? Like, could we have had like a truck style race, like just plowing tight the whole time?
Yeah, I think so for sure. I mean, it in terms of like the car being a little bit loose on exit, like that helped. Like the track did definitely helped a ton. I feel like.
I'd say I wonder if it was cooler if it kind of snug it up a little more to where you could turn instead of it just pushing.
Yeah, I guess it could have too.
But it's gonna group everybody up a lot worse.
So,
I'm very curious to see what it does at Chicagoland in like what is that, like 3 weeks, whatever. If you could
yeah.
put it on the fence there and be like, I say the old Gen 4, but you know what I'm saying, like the previous Gen 4 car we ran. If you could put it up there on the fence and stuff like that, and like be able to move around a bunch, like that'll actually be fun, and I feel like more realistic too.
So, again, I'm kind of gonna feel at the same point here. So, if you think, and Dalton, you've obviously been around longer, so you can kind of, I guess, not really relate, would be the wrong word, but understand, I guess, my question more maybe. If we had that cooler track, I'm not gonna say like 80, but say 100 even, or like 97 ish, and it was tighter, as you said, do you think it almost actually would have spread the field out in a sense if we could have gotten green flag laps because you would have burned your right front?
Maybe. I think the only problem there is with seeing how the race went, it would have grouped everybody up at the beginning, which could have just caused even more problems.
Mm.
Because that's kind of how it was in the week 13. It was just, I mean, you were 3, 4 wide for 15 laps, it seemed like, and you couldn't pull away from nobody. You could turn wherever you were. You could run bottom, middle, top. Just you couldn't get away.
I'll have. I'm probably actually probably the only one that'll say this, but I think, truthfully, and again, this was actually my first like consistent laps in this car, and on an actual oval, whatever. I think it's so tight for everybody because you're carrying so much speed. Which, like, granted, I don't know what we would have ran. We say the older car, but the legacy car, I guess we'll call it. But like, you're looking down, you're doing 205. Like you're hitting. I think Brady at one point tonight literally said like he was hitting the chip. Like in the draft, you're literally hitting the rev limiter, and we're just driving it in, so deep into the corner. the tires can only do so much. Like you're just going to overheat them and obviously get tight. So maybe, and the crappy part is like on iRacing, it's probably slower. But again, like, do you think maybe if we toned back, it would kind of help too? I guess.
It, it's such a weird car because it's like if you don't drive it in, you're killing the right front because then you're just sliding on entry. So it's almost like you have to drive it in hard just to get it to turn, and then you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot in multiple ways at that point.
But also at the same time, like I think you're used to the legacy car, and like literally you drive the legacy car in the corner, and you turn the car almost with the throttle, like because it's
Yeah.
just, I guess, 'cause the wheelbase is so much shorter on the legacy car versus this car that we have now. Because the car that we have now is actually built for the 900 horsepower or whatever, unlike the Gen 4 or the legacy Gen 4, or whatever, which I mean, honestly, was an accident.
I I think a lot of people's problem, I've said this before, is they want this car to be so loose, but I just don't think that's what the car was back then. So everybody has that expectation where it's gonna drive like the old Gen 4, and I don't think that's right for this one.
And I think Brady, you might have actually told me this before. I think what you said, Dalton, kind of hits it right on the head. Like people think I don't even know actually what this is. What is it? 950 horsepower.
Yeah,
Yeah, something around there.
I think people see that number and like literally like you said, they're like, oh, we have the horsepower. It's gonna be loose and we're gonna have to drive it. And well, granted, yes, you still have to drive it, but I feel like it's almost still a driver's car in a sense. Like if you overdrive the entry and you just push too hard, you're gonna burn the right front. Granted, yes, you can still burn the right front off like you were saying, but I feel like if you can kind of tone back even just a smidge, you have that balance of like burning the right rear off. Because I think the one pit stop, Brady, I think you had what more right front wear, but
yeah.
like
Then I backed up corner entry, and then I ended up having more right rear wear, and the car actually like rotated a little bit better. But not really though. It was still kind of confusing because like I was entering so, I guess, like backing up my corner entry a lot, and then I was like exiting harder on purpose just to try and get the car to slide, and the car was sliding, but I still was burning more right front, which didn't really make a whole lot of sense. But I don't know.
see, like we can sit here and say too, like, oh, it's so tight. Oh, we couldn't drive it. Remember in the beginning of the race, I think you even were like screaming too, like if it was us, we would have died. But like Brian Jones was like facing the infield off of four the one lap.
Yeah, I should have went and watched that replay.
So like I
It
don't
could
know.
definitely be loose when you wanted it to be, especially in 3 and 4.
Yeah, you just had to give her hell. I mean, I felt like coming off the corner, if you just like did the whole stomp, and then she would just start walking out. I feel like honestly, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I feel like I was more loose out of two than I was four, but it felt like everybody else in the entire field was more loose out of four than they were two. Like four, I felt like I was gonna knock the wall down, and then out of two, I literally felt like I was gonna wreck every like corner or every lap.
Yeah, no, I agree with you because I think even I said like it literally felt like from practice the track did a complete 180. Like in practice one and two I was so tight, like plowing the wall down, and three and four I wanted to spin. And then as soon as we went green, I actually had more than two laps on a run. I was spinning off of two, but then was bringing the wall down in three and four.
Yeah, but then I'm watching Brian and all them up there, and they're literally like wrecking all four, all still battling for the lead, and I'm just like trying to stay out of the wall. Like I don't know,
That,
just crazy.
and
It
that's the
I guess
thing.
was
just driving styles what it comes down to.
That's the thing. I think Dalton said this last week, maybe in the owners' lounge. Like it's a new car. Like yes, obviously, I'm sure guys have practiced. I won't say all week, but a couple nights, this last week to get ready for this race. But like I would argue, and even when the race is coming up, I would argue the field will be. I'm not saying new guys are going to win, but the field could be the best it's going to be as far as competition these first couple weeks because it's going to be learning every week. Like literally, we ran what is this 2 miles here?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, so you ran 2 miles here tonight. You have another 2 miler next week, but literally completely different. It's a road course. Then you go, I'm assuming Bumpy Daytona. I'll actually probably put a poll up for that one to see what people want to do because it's supposed to be the night race. But yeah, you go Bumpy Daytona, and then you go Chicagoland. So literally in the first 4 weeks of this car coming out, you have four vastly different racetracks to, like, A, try and, I guess, get on top of yourself, but then B, figure out what it's going to do with just hoping we still have 40 plus cars, but all 40 plus cars that are on the track with you.
It's gonna be a learning curve every week, I think. Just it's gonna be whoever picks up on it first, and that's gonna be who kind of is like the lead guy, I guess.
I mean,
If you ever could take it and run with all like the whole, like, just figuring out where their best balance is and everything. But I feel like honestly, I ain't gonna lie to you, like just throughout running the, trying to run every single one, but like the shiny new shakedown stuff, it kind of felt like you literally, to more of an extreme, had to drive the car different at each track we went to. If that makes any sense.
but like
Like
ideally,
you had to,
wouldn't you want that?
yeah, like you want to change your entire driving style. Like if we're going from Phoenix to Vegas or whatever, I don't know, just like an example. Like, yeah, some guys are stronger at Phoenix than they are Vegas. Like, but kind of back in the day, like like your Harvicks and all them, like it was more of an extreme of like who was stronger at this track or whatever. It wasn't really more like everybody was so well rounded and good. I don't know. It just kind of seemed like as I raced some of those, like the Darlington race, or the Michigan race, or what was another one? I think in Vegas is another one I ran. I drove all three of those tracks, and I understand they're both all three very different, but I drove them more different than I would have in the past in my approach to driving the car to get it to go relatively fast. Because like, I don't know. That's just the best way on how to explain it. Because that's just the way it felt. It just felt like I actually had to approach the track completely different than, and not have any less similarities, I guess, compared to other ovals. If that makes any sense.
No, I mean it does. But like I said though, like ideally that's what you want. Like I think, and again we keep saying old car, but I'm gonna say the legacy car again. I feel like it was almost the same at every track. Like you had mentioned earlier, like you basically drove it, like with your foot. Like, oh, I want to be looser, so let me just mash the gas. Or oh, I want to be tighter. Let me, and you can kind of manipulate it how you wanted it to where like this being different or having its own quote unquote attitude for each track you go to could be.
Change the front of the field drastically, like between each race.
I was gonna say refreshing, but even look at tonight. Like, granted, we had a lot of cautions and stuff, but I think Nick Guileless ran top 10 most of the night. I think.
Yeah, and he honestly hasn't finished the race all year.
I think he's finished two.
Yeah.
I think he finished Dover, and then this might have actually been his second one. But that's what I mean, though. Like, as much as we bag on Nick and kind of make fun of him for it or whatever, but like he wasn't terribly slow. Like he looked like he belonged, and he was. And I'll just be honest about it. He looked like he was a seasoned veteran and belonged where he was running. As much as you probably want to disagree, I
No, I mean he didn't look bad. He looked pretty good actually tonight. Didn't do too terrible.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he did good.
I ain't gonna lie to you. You know who was surprising the fuck? Well, I mean they haven't really. They've been there all year, but who was pretty damn fast. I'm pretty sure was battling for the lead when he wrecked, and that was freaking Cody Smith. Was he literally up there with y'all, Dalton, like battling for the lead whenever y'all wired it up, or?
So I guess he overdrove one. I think I was in first, Dustin second, he was third, and I think the 2 was back there. I can't remember.
yeah, it was the O2.
I mean,
Tony.
he I don't know. Typically, his thing I've always noticed is just longer the run, the worse it gets. But I mean, he was right there with us the whole time.
Dude, right, I mean, there from that restart on, he literally drove from like I was back there in like 12th or whatever. He drove from like 12th to like I guess first. Hell, I guess that was pretty impressive. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was kind of surprised by that, but and then all these new guys are all. I mean, I understand they're all higher I rating, I guess, but should have probably expected it. But they're all up front, like all in a wad in the top 10. And there for a while before I hit the freaking wall, like we were all like, it was like the top 12 were just like bunched up and broken away, and all was dead even. Like, at least from 6th to 12th, like was dead even.
Yeah, I mean, I think if we didn't have the restart issues that we had tonight, the racing was great. I mean, I had no complaints at all about the racing. It was just getting to that point.
And it's funny enough,
Yep.
talking about that, Dalton, I, it's going to sound so bad. I, myself, and I'll even throw you in there, like, we're not used to restarting. Hell, I'll just say where I was at when it happened, 30th. Like, 9 times out of 10, the worst we restart either this year because of the smaller fields or, everybody pits at the same time, like, maybe 12th, 15th.
Yeah.
Like, we don't restart 30th, 32nd. Like, I was back there most of the race, to be truthful with you, once Eric and I got together, but, like, it takes so long to actually get rolling. I think I said it to Brady earlier. Like, I actually have like a new respect for guys that can start back that deep and not wreck. Because like you guys, I think
It's
were by the pit exit before we were even on the gas.
yeah. It's
Holy
I think so many people are so worried about someone getting to their outside that I don't know if they don't watch their speed, but it's just a constant chain reaction like the whole time from turn 3 all the way to start finish. So like if you're in 20th or 30th, I mean you're getting killed by probably 5 different chain reactions.
Yeah, and it's like I said, when I got into, I think it was Anthony in the 70, I had kind of left a gap. I would say maybe a car and a half, not much more than that. We kind of rolled into it, and then we slowed down, and like rolled back into it because he kind of pulled away, and then we slowed back down, and then I finally, hit him. But yeah, like Nick pulled up the replay, and like when I finally hit him, the leaders, I think it was either you or Dustin was leading, were literally almost at the pit exit, like all like where the wall ends.
Yeah.
And it's just, which I mean, obviously with a full field you'll have that, but like I saw that and I was like, holy, like this is crazy, like
Well, also like when you're going, I mean that's a good what 10 seconds after the green. Like you don't expect to stack up like that late,
yeah,
but
that's fair.
it's just part of it too.
Oh, look at that! I just rewound the broadcast a little bit because I finished it, and it's right where I got into Kurt.
Yeah, I'm voting for double file restarts.
See, I don't even know
See,
if that would
I
necessarily
like
help though.
single.
I think, and I say this now, and I could change my mind next week, but I feel like, especially like with races like tonight, where we were wrecking as it was, I think I probably got to contradict myself, but I think if we were bunched up, it almost makes it worse because then instead of being one lane having to worry about, have side by side, 20 rows deep, trying to time it and get through the line. Plus now instead of being nose to tail or maybe side by side because you pull out a line, you're 3 wide, 4 wide.
Yeah, I think that
Shoot,
was the
five on
issue.
there.
That was the issue with the week 13 stuff was, I mean, double file restart and you're just 4 or 5 wide going into one, and it's like I can't do nothing with this.
Which I think, obviously, if we did like a full season, obviously, like if somebody did try to vote that in, I think we would obviously get better. But I think you're still kind of in the same boat because even if we can get to and maintain just say 42 cars, you're still looking at 21 rows. So if you're running 40th, it's almost, I mean, it's obviously not as bad, but you're still a mile from the front row. So green comes out and you're still waiting probably 10 seconds.
See, I like the single. Just I like making it as real to what it was back then.
Yeah.
And like I remember going to the races, and I mean you'd be at Atlanta, so there's 40 people on the lead lap, and when they go green, somebody's still in turn 3.
Yeah.
And same with Bristol, like someone is half a track behind.
That was, see, it's funny you say that. We're completely different tracks, but like Martinsville, and I'm gonna bring this up, Brady, and you'll probably agree with me. Like Dustin, Reader, like the joke of the league is like, oh, I'm gonna run 30th and then I run second. But like Martinsville was our best race by far. Like we were, I won't say the class of the field, but like we had long run pace for once. And like,
Yeah. Yeah, we were hawking that 42 car down, baby.
and I think before that long run where you pitted Dalton, like you said, like I think we had, I forget what it was, like maybe 22 cars or something. Like we were on the front stretch in the start zone, and there's people like half on the back stretch already.
See, I like that. I mean, that just makes me think of the old times, like going to the races.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like I like that too. Like especially, I probably wouldn't say that if I restarted back there, but like especially like if we're having a bad night and we having to restart, like I said, like 20th, and we're back that far, it's like, okay, I gotta go. Like I'm gonna get lapped in 10
Well,
laps.
that's what I like about it. I mean, there's such a bad scenario if you do get back there. So I mean, you're gonna race harder to not get back there. You're gonna make decisions so you're not back there. So, I mean, that's the aspect of it I like.
And I guess there's advantages and disadvantages to really anything. I guess we could like we're gonna have voted in. Um, but I'm with you. Like it sucks when you're back there because like I said, that was the first time I've started or restarted that far back, and it is, just to be blunt, it is hell back there. But I'm with you. Like once we actually got a restart going, and I didn't spin somebody out, it was nice to kind of not have to worry about getting taken 4 wide because I lifted for somebody, or getting dive bombed already 3 wide because we got to gain 5 spots in one corner.
Yeah,
Granted, it
I
can
mean,
still happen, but at least then you're only side by side. Like I said, not 4 wide.
it is a lot when you're a faster guy in the back. It's in a way it's relaxing because you can kind of pick apart guys, but when you're up front, I mean, it's sweaty the whole time. You don't get a break.
That's what it looked like tonight, actually. Because I think, I forget if actually, funny enough, you said it or Brady said it, but it's like, even the new guys, like, granted, I think I said it when we were first talking about it, like, open up the iRating cap. Like, granted, like, you, Kleba, Brian, like, you guys were all up front leading, whatever. But, like, Brady said, you also had the new guys. Like, you had, God, he's doing, I feel bad, I forget his name already. Was it Ryan?
Ryan
Your two-car?
Shelton,
Tony.
yeah.
Him, Tony Ball started, what, 40th?
Like 98th, yeah.
Oh, no, I guess, well,
974th.
yeah, we had 39 cars, so he probably started 38th. Like, and he was running top 3. Like, once he can actually queue and start up front, like, you guys are going to be, I say you guys because Brady and I struggle and shoot ourselves in the foot, but you guys are going to be, like you just said, you're literally going to be sweating for 120, 140, like how many laps the races are. And I feel like then, because I know like we've kind of talked, you and I, Dalton, where like the 400 point thing, like it's not really a factor because we don't blow engines or we don't have
Yeah.
any type of mechanical issues. Where like tonight was your worst finish, and it strictly came down to fuel mileage, which is fine. You'll have that, but I feel like
Yeah,
now,
I mean
good.
that's just part of that car back then. I mean, before they did stages, you had a ton of fuel mileage races.
Which I think is great, and then opens up again the chance of falling back. But my main point was going to be all these new guys coming in, regardless of where they run on average or whatever, makes you run harder. I don't. The granted, I've been running with you for 6-7 years at this point now. I don't think I've
Shoot.
seen you make more than 3 mistakes on your own. So I don't think you're gonna make a
Nah, I
mistake.
think you're being a little generous.
Oh.
Hell, I had 3 speeding penalties just at Martinsville.
We won't count that.
Oh shit.
But I'm saying like on track specific, like getting the wall or getting like spinning somebody out, like something Brady and I do. Like you
Brady does.
don't do those mistakes that we do, but I feel like again with all these guys coming in, running harder, pushing you to be faster and stay up front, we could potentially see guys that you normally don't see make a mistake have mistakes.
Yeah. Well, like not saying me and Dustin had any issue tonight, but I mean we were pushing each other hard, and there was a moment where me and him, I mean we had a moment, and I don't know if he got tight or loose, but we were side by side, and I mean late in a race like that, you're pushing it, and some shit can happen very easy. So the more guys that get up there that are pushing you, it's just a bigger chance.
Brady would love that if you could do that more often, actually.
Lord
I don't
mercy.
know how I don't know how I should take that. I'm used to Brady just getting in front of me and parking it.
Yep. Coming out of the tribal Texas. I got fucking tight, dude. I don't know what you want from me, man. My fucking right front was going out. I blew like, I know shit that year. I think I blew like 5 tires on the right front in that car.
Well, that's because instead of turning 90 degrees, you were turning
180
360.
degrees.
Dude, do you
Yeah.
remember that, Dalton, when he first started? He's like, "Oh, I don't know why I'm so tight." And, we were like, "Oh, let's look at your in car." And his wheels literally like upside down.
No, I remember Lucas Oil. I think I started like 20th or something. Drove through the field, got up to third or fourth, and here's Brady and Blade coming off of four, and I'm like, the fuck? Brady just went straight and hit the wall, and then took me and Blade out. And then I go his in car, and I'm like, well, he's turning, and what the fuck? Why is he upside down?
Fucking if he won't turn, just keep fucking turning. If it bitches go, fuck it.
But that was years ago.
I don't even remember. Golly.
You talking about years ago, Dalton? Remember, actually, funny enough, at Lucas Oil, I literally hit you on pit road leaving for our race
Oh
last year.
yeah.
Got engine damage.
That was like what, 21?
Uh, I think so.
Yeah, you qualified third. I think I was fourth, and you're outside, and you fucking smashed into Dalton. You're like, I just blew up, or whatever.
That might have
You
been
like,
it.
you like barely fucking touched Dalton.
Yeah, I got engine damage. That was great. That was the
And then
first
I
race of the
fucking,
chase.
You got payback with the damn choose car.
That was funny as fuck. I
oh
wish I
my
had that
god.
queued up. That was awesome. I kept my receipt.
That
Oh my god.
that wasn't what made me leave at the time, but that was kind of like the
Icing on the cake.
yeah.
But look, we've grown since, and we are so much closer now. We can
Yeah, because
share
the
that
choose
memory.
car's not out there no more.
Oh my god.
Oh, good times.
What do we do? We did that last year, didn't we? We only did that last year. No, we did that 2 years ago too, didn't we? The choose car?
No, I think 2 years. Because that was when I won the truck title, I think, right?
Yeah, you finally quit choking away.
Yeah, so 2 years was, I think, just regular choose. And then I think last year.
I say you finally quit choking it away, but you finally had me not being in the fucking field killing you for the fucking. Were you in that
Truthfully,
race, Don? Do you remember that?
I don't think I was.
that wasn't even you.
I hope
That was
Brian's watching
Jason.
it. 'Cause I tried to fucking slam Brian up the fucking racetrack and get him in the hit him in the wall, and I fucking ended up just barely touching Brian, and I fucking ended up yeeting myself in front of the entire field, and I killed everybody.
That was Jason's fault, still, to this day.
Yeah, fuck Jason. That was his fault for sure.
Like I think one of the truck championships, Josh like invited me in for like the last 3 races or something, and I think did Christian end up winning?
Yeah, because I think I got killed literally lap one on the initial start.
Yeah, so I turned you going into one, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, that's fucking cringe.
I had
Was
good,
there
I
also
had great
somebody
luck
on
in
fucking
Phoenix.
Christian's team?
No, someone on my team.
Was it Keith?
No, I think back then it was Mark Bremkamp.
Oh.
Yeah, I ain't heard that name in forever.
Didn't you fucking ban him for him? Didn't he like say like a racial slur or something?
It wasn't that bad, but he said a not okay word in text chat. So it was there forever. But yeah, he got banned.
That's crazy.
I think he's actually I think he only ever actually banned 2 people. Funny enough.
Who's the oh, the other one was that one guy next gen, wasn't it?
Yes, the one that was
Did,
laughing because it was a caution fest and he was literally causing the cautions.
did you not ban Parker?
Parker.
Yeah, me and him had an incident at Richmond or something like that. I think it was Parker.
Parker White.
That's what I'm thinking.
I can't remember. It was a kid though.
Oh no, it definitely wasn't Parker White.
It might not even be Parker.
That Corey Wharton.
Peter
guy.
Parker.
Yeah, me and Corey used to go back and forth.
What the fuck happened to that guy, dude?
Just work in life, I think.
What happened to a bunch of those people? Like, there's a bunch of those people that aren't here anymore.
I was looking at
too.
the Sim Racer Hub, and Chad Ingle's done like 250 races or something.
Yeah, he finally quit.
Yeah, Nora.
Yeah,
Yeah, he literally is like the third most starts or some shit like that. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, he was an OG. He literally was here since season 1, and I think he finally quit, like last year?
yeah. I think a lot of the cautions in the next gen, I think,
Yeah.
kind of pushed some people away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But hey.
Yeah, and the toxic Jacob Malones and Ryan Patties and all them that were in here for a little bit.
Damn,
See, I don't mind like the competition like that. It just,
Well, I don't
I
mind
don't know.
the competition either, but I just don't like the just drive down the corner and just absolutely feed you a door just because the car can take it
Yeah.
type people.
And then just kind of like you said earlier, Dalton, just the caution aspect of it. Like nobody wants to join especially a league race at that. Nobody wants to join a league race, even if it's just for owners, and then pace around for 45 minutes
Yeah.
Yeah.
with stages on top of that. So you're literally guaranteed 2 cautions already.
Oh, I hate stage racing.
Yeah. If somebody
After
tries to
getting
vote
away
that
from
in,
that.
yeah, if somebody tries to vote that in the proposals or whatever for 2005, let's fucking just go ahead and just vote them off the island and just let them leave the league or something.
I don't think
Like,
they
fuck
It's
might
a
that.
secret.
even approve it. To be truthful with you.
I think it'd never make it. Like, I don't think it'd ever make it through.
See,
I think
I
the only
like
people that
break.
would vote for it, the only people that would vote for it would probably be like fucking Reader and them. Because they already said it before on the podcast, I'm pretty sure, about stages or something. If I remember
See,
correctly.
I like the breaks, but I don't want it to be like a set. Like when we shorten the races and stuff, it takes the strategy completely out of it. So like I'd rather just have random cautions. Like I ain't gonna say tonight, but like give me 3 or 4 cautions in a race at times you don't know, and I'd much rather have that.
Somebody said, who the fuck was it? I think I might have saw, I don't know if it was on Door Bumper Clear or if it was on the Dale Jr. download or whatever, but somebody was saying, like, the idea of stages, like, having it being like a floating yellow, like, you have to
Yeah.
have this many green flag laps, not just like, it's this lap, like,
That was
you have to have this.
Kyle Busch to Denny Hamlin. He's the one that
That's
said
right.
it.
Yeah, that's right. It's actually detrimental. That's right. Yeah. But yeah, that was a really good idea. Like, just if you have literally just like a floating, like you'd be like, okay, we ran. I know it'd be a lot of math, but like for the admins at least in the league, but we'd be like, all right, once we've completed 56 green flag laps, it'll be a stage yellow. Hell, we could fucking wreck tonight like we did 64 times and literally not get the stage yellow till like lap 120. You know what I'm saying? Like it could be that far in.
I mean, I definitely like that more than
If you did go with the stage idea, but I still don't think
Yeah.
the stages should happen at all, anyways. But
No. I get that it's definitely more exciting because restarts are exciting, more crap happens. It's just not what they need to do.
you're exactly right. It's crap. That's what it is. Because it shouldn't be fucking happening. It's just like artificially.
Yeah.
It isn't authentic. But I don't know.
So, stages voted in.
No.
That's how I got out of all that. You were looking forward to stage racing again.
Bro.
That whole thing was just like a reverse psychology to like. No, okay. So I'm trying to pull up.
No stages, no choose cones, no nothing.
We prefer
They
to choose
choose
cars
cars.
around here.
Yeah.
So can confirm Bud Shootout for 2005. Brady Moats
Nice.
by a tenth over new guy Ryan Shelton. Dalton, you're
Ryan, if you're listening, thank you for fucking it up on the final corner. I really appreciate it. I really was looking for the Bud Shootout spot.
I guess not really a ringer, but really, and I kind of said this in the beginning. Obviously not on a podcast, but one of my title picks before he started missing with work. But Michael Moultrie coming back.
Yeah, he's gonna be quick there. He knows the track really well.
I'll say so Shelton's only a tenth off exactly. Moultrie basically a tenth behind that, so 2/10 off, and then a whopping half a second back myself, and then somehow
Another half a second.
never would have thought this, but another half a second back, a full second back to Dustin Cleveland in fifth. And that's your top five.
Where is... Oh, there's Brian. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I would have thought Brian would have been like... He must have fucked up his lap or something.
I guarantee you, and this is nothing against Brian himself, but I guarantee you he comes prepared next week and he's going to be running, I'll say top five, because he's technically barely top 10, but I'll say top five.
Yeah, he 100% fucked his shit up. He went a 127 his second lap.
Is he typically good at road courses?
Yeah.
So, I was talking to Brady about this earlier, or Kevin maybe. I feel like him, Reader not as much, but like him and Dustin mainly, like if they could miss, like if this was like the current point format where like winning you're in and they were already locked in, they would probably miss next week. Because like obviously they're not road course guys, which is fine, whatever. But like Dustin is like sneaky fast. And then Brian is the same way. Like, it was Kevin I was talking to. Dustin's first road race with us was trucks at Coda. And him and Cody all week were like, oh, we're so slow, like we don't road race, the whole nine. Kind of like what they make fun of me for. And we went in there. Vinny obviously ran because he was a road race, and he had to be there. He won. I forget by how much that year. And I think it was literally me, Dustin, actually I think it was you, Brady, all like battling the whole race. Like each of the stages, like green flags, like the whole nine. And then even Reader was like maybe half a second behind us. Like we were all kind of going back and forth, battling here and there. And like when they do run, they're competitive. Like,
well, they're all three very talented.
but it's just like I said, like they make fun of me, but like I feel like they are me, but on road courses. Like if you ask them, they're like, "Oh, we're not good at road courses," the whole nine. But then like I said, like Dustin's literally starting fourth. Like literally one wreck, or Brady forcing somebody off in turn one. Shout out Ryan. Or you know what I mean? Like just something happening, and he can literally be.
Or fucking Brady getting ran over in turn two when he's about to fucking probably win the race. Shout out Peyton, whatever the fuck that pussy's name is. Fuck that motherfucker. Still ain't forgot that. When I see that kid again, I'm dumping his shit.
Peyton Howell?
To me.
Yes.
Oh God.
But like that's what I mean though. Like, and I'll say this, Brady, because I think you actually said it before we went live. the shock of qualifying, and I'll even say of the night actually, probably the worst night he's had in NORA. Vinny Arthur.
Yeah, I don't know what the
Okay.
fuck. How the fuck is he a second behind me? He should be 2 seconds ahead of me, actually, is what should be happening. Doesn't make any fucking sense whatsoever. But his lap 1 was invalid. He got off track.
Yeah, I was
And
just going to
then
say that.
his second lap was just, I mean, probably just a banker just trying to make it there. But he's
I
gonna
mean,
come
at
through the
the
field. Ain't gotta worry about
I was
it.
gonna say at the end of the day, he's gonna be up front at some point.
Yeah, he's gonna come. He's gonna figure it out by lap 2 and be able to just come on through the field and do his thing.
I don't know, and again, I kind of wish we could force it to be sunny because you never know what Iris is going to give us. I think if it's a hot track, I'm not going to say 130 like it was for qualifying, but I'll say if it's 100 plus, he might not have the advancement you're thinking. Like if it's a hot track and it comes down to saving your rears, not saying Vinny can't do it, but how much harder is that going to be to now actually make these passes?
Josh,
I,
think about
it's
like I'm not even trying to be like that guy, but I'm just gonna be perfectly honest and completely unbiased. We're talking about Vincent. Like Vincent's gonna find a way around somebody. Vincent's especially this type of racing. Vincent's gonna save his rears better than you somehow, even though he's lapping half a second faster than you. Like he's gonna do better and do what it takes and do whatever it will be to get by you. Like he's gonna either way. Like it doesn't matter. I don't think.
It's
You
like,
could make the track tip 194 and he's still gonna find his way around you.
but see, like again though, you say that now, and I'm not saying you're wrong because I do agree with you, but he starts sixth, so we are. I think we said you would be outside technically up the hill, so we'll be outside of the first corner, quote unquote kink, whatever they actually call it. So like, if we single out and he's still, I'll even just say fifth or sixth, like maybe he gets me or Dustin or whoever. Again, unless somebody goes off the track, and it's a hot track, I don't think it's gonna be that easy to pass. I think you're gonna have to force it, and even then, like if it's a hot track, you could see cautions, because we only throw cautions for two or more cars. If we go green, I I don't know.
Your passes are gonna need to happen at the end of the short shoot or going in the final corner. That's literally, it's just like a regular Sonoma, just your two passing zones are basically either one.
I'll say it's gonna be like real life.
Yeah,
But again,
but
though,
I don't know.
we don't know what this car is gonna do in a race setting. Like all you and I did
Mm.
a little bit was practice and by ourselves or maybe one or two laps close to each other. But like we never tried to make that pass or drive that foot deeper into the corner to be able to make said pass. Like you know what I mean? Like we just ran mainly by ourselves.
Yeah,
Like we knew Dirty Air tonight. I mean, not to compare it, but almost felt like a next gen. Like it just plowed.
yeah, literally.
It's a road course, but is it going to be the same thing? If you're tucked up behind somebody, you're just going to push the nose.
I will say the new tires are vastly different on road courses now.
Is that why you went off track twice?
Nah, that's because I suck.
Because his wheel was fucking turning off when we turned right. It's like,
So-
what the fuck? The packs only work left, not right. What the fuck?
So I don't know if it's gonna drive like the next gen, but the next gen at I don't even remember what track it was. Chicago. Like your tires were at like 40-50%.
Mm-hmm.
And then it used to be like you could run 500 laps and never take tires.
That's true.
So there's definitely gonna be a fall off now.
Which again, I think is nice. Especially, again, I'm just going to pray that it's sunny in Sonoma, California next week. But if we get even to say 100 plus track temp with the horsepower and whatever else, you're going to have to save your rears. And that's going to be huge with some of these corners that you have to get up off of and try and
Yep.
get a good exit.
Yeah, you can't do what you did at the final corner.
Yeah, it'll be alright.
No.
I'll end up where they do the burnouts, acting like I won, but it's lap 4 and I'm running 20th now.
Shoot, if I
I'm
even
running.
finish the race, I'm just gonna do a drag strip pass right there.
Dude, that's what I was telling
That's what
Josh.
we
I was
all
like,
do.
dude, I don't even care about like if whatever the finishing position is. The most thing I look forward to every year going here is just lining up on the drag strip and just making passes down through there.
That's what we all do. That's like the tradition. I feel like every league almost has to do that. Like you always have that one person that does it. Like that's
It's
just
always me, you, and Gliditch, bro. Literally, that's what it's been like the past 2 or 3 years. It's been me, you, and Gliditch making passes.
that's fair. Actually, I'll give you credit for that one. All right, so we're getting up on an hour. I feel like it's been a good opening episode. So we kind of already talked about it, obviously. But Dalton, I'll start with you because you're kind of the new guy, quote unquote. Um, give me. I don't want to do this, Brady. Normally we do winner. Give me your podium for next week. Also, before you do that, you're officially starting 32nd.
Oh, nice. Well, I'm not gonna be on the podium. Let me see. Let me pull out the qualifying. I gotta be prepared for this.
This could be interesting.
All right, let's see.
We can make it interesting and make it so we each go one at a time, but can't pick the same person.
Wait, why can I not see it?
You want to pick first?
Yeah.
I was like, let Dalton go first. He's in. Well,
Okay, Dalton, you're a new guy. Go ahead.
I was say we'll give him first pick. He can take the good
I
guy
go
right off
next.
the bat. We'll start at third too, so you can't take your best pick first. There you go.
All right, so third, I'm gonna go with. Let's go with Ryan Houston.
Okay.
Second, I'm gonna go with.
Wait. No. Actually,
What?
no. Go ahead. You're fine. Go ahead. I'll allow it. Go ahead.
What?
No, go ahead. I was gonna say let Brady go, and then we'll do it that way. But go ahead. You're good.
All right, no, Brady, you go.
Okay, so third.
P3 can't pick Housden.
Yeah.
Ryan, I'm sorry
All
for
right, so
butchering
third
your
I'm
last
going
name.
Ryan Shelton.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
If y'all still want 2 picks, man, next 2 picks, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm still gonna say them because that's what the finishing order is gonna be.
P3 for me. I'm actually gonna reach a little bit here. You might. He's way off the pace, but I think he's gonna be all right come race time. I'm probably gonna completely butcher this. But we're gonna go Joey Stats.
That's a good call.
I feel like give him. Now watch my luck. He's not even gonna show up, but I feel like give him a full practice session, Brady. It's gonna be. Well, you're way up there,
A
but
120 flat is fine. He's gonna be fine.
I'm saying
He's
it's
got all
gonna
that
be
freaking road course experience. He's got the pace,
it's gonna be
history of
throwback to
pace. Like he's
Roval with
good.
you and him.
That'd be fucking awesome. That's what I literally told Joey. I said, please turn in a good lap so we could fucking have the same thing. I wanted that to be broadcasted so bad. That was like one of the best battles in freaking NORA history. We were literally like just chilling, and then all of a sudden like we see Vinny disconnects, and we're like, oh shit! Then all of a sudden we just start beating the hell out of each other for like I don't know, it was like 10 laps. It was amazing.
All right, so we got Ryan Housden for Dalton.
Shelton.
Brady went Ryan Shelton from second, falling to third. I went Joey Stats from 11th. So Dalton, who do you have P2?
All right, I got Vincent P2.
Son of a bitch.
That's my winner, bro.
That's fair. I wasn't gonna go that high, but I was actually gonna put him second too. So that's a fair pick there.
Well, I'm
That
still
means
gonna
you
tell
and me might have the same winner then.
Okay, Brady, what you
Okay,
got?
so if I can't pick, I can't pick Vincent first or second.
Yep. So he's off the board. Think of it
Okay,
like,
well
a
then.
fantasy draft.
Okay, well then easy. All right, I'm going. I'm going Moultrie second.
You fucking ass.
Moultrie second, 100%.
I think that's just a pick just to take him so nobody else can.
No, he's 100% going second. I mean, I know. I was literally gonna say Vincent first, Moultrie second, Shelton third. Like that's what I was gonna say.
Oh, that's fair. All right. P2. Can't take Vinny. Can't take Mulch. Can't take Shelton. I'm gonna go Dustin. I think, yeah, I feel like he's just clean. Like he doesn't necessarily go off track a lot. And it's like I said to you earlier, Dalton. Like you rarely see you guys like make on track mistakes. And I feel like even if it's a hot track and like we're all slipping and sliding, he's just gonna stay on the track. I think it's gonna be key. So, me old Dusty
Yeah, I
boy.
think he's gonna be very safe next week.
So here's where it gets rather interesting for your selections. You can't pick
So like,
second, third.
well, that sucks because that was my winner.
Yeah, but now you gotta strategize. Brady kind of fucked us just out of spite because
He chose the one dude that probably would have ran like a 117.
Probably gonna freaking win the race.
Yeah.
I
All
just
right,
thought it'd be
let's
Vinny or
see.
Moultrie winning it. Honestly, that's who I thought.
we can do a fantasy line
This,
after this. We'll fix it.
I'm gonna go Brady for the winner.
You motherfucker.
That's a terrible pick, bro. That is a terrible pick.
I think we're gonna have something bad happen at the beginning, and you starting first, you're gonna be able to get away from it.
Yeah, he's gonna fucking
I
cause
thought
it.
you were saying I'm gonna cause it.
No, I'm saying it's gonna happen right behind you.
No, that's exactly what's gonna happen. I'm gonna fucking spin the tires. I'm gonna kill fucking Ryan. He's gonna hit the wall, turn across the track, kill Moultrie, and then everybody's just gonna die. And then there it is.
No, I'm gonna pull a Danica and just park it in the back.
Brady's gonna see me just jump the hill into turn one.
All right, here he goes. You picked me. I'm picking Josh. Josh is gonna quit being fucking Eeyore, and he's gonna get his shit together and win the fucking race.
Fucking one podcast that I can't avoid that shit. God damn it. So the top 7 are gone. I got Joey, Dusty. Gimme.
I know who he's gonna say.
Who you think?
BJ.
That's kind of crazy.
Not really.
No, it's crazy that he actually knew that because that is who I'm gonna pick.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I figured you were gonna pick him too.
I mean,
But let's be for real. I think overall, like if you just had to pick right now, dead ass. Here are your picks, Dalton. Top 3.
yeah, I was this is
Ryan.
your fantasy order on
No,
like
like if
DraftKings.
you had to put money on it, like who would you put? 1, 2, 3.
Your DraftKings fantasy
I-
lineup presented by NORA.
I would probably say Shelton, Vinny, Brady.
Really?
I'm gonna go completely dead ass, like unbiased. I'm gonna go Vinny, Moultrie, Shelton. That would be who I'd pick, literally, straight up. No, I would go Vinny, Moultrie, Shelton, Josh, Dustin or me, and
you guys stay
then
P4, huh?
Dustin or me. Yeah,
All right.
I think you just saved a tire too good. I mean, honestly, and I think I'm gonna kill it. So I'm gonna fall back to 5th or 6th for sure.
That's what I need. And I think you would agree. I need a 130-degree track, blazing hot day in Sonoma, California on Sunday, I guess technically. All right, lock it in. My DraftKings fantasy lineup for NORA Sonoma. Don, I'm surprised you didn't pick him to
Alright.
win.
Pick who?
Moultrie. I think it's
I
like
ain't gonna show bias right here.
I'll show
Just
bias.
be real. I mean, you ain't got to show bias. Just be real. Like,
Yeah,
who
I'm
you
gonna
actually
be like-
gonna think?
This is
I'm
your.
gonna be like
your
Paul
betting money.
Feinbaum with Alabama and always make it seem like they suck so they play better.
This is your betting money. If this was a legit slip and you had to pick top 3, I literally would go. I think I'm almost gonna match Brady, but I'm gonna go Moultrie, Vinny, because I do agree. I think even with him 6th, eventually, yes, he's gonna find the front, especially with strategy.
I think he fucking wins, bro.
I think Moultrie's too quick. I think Vinny fucked up to be a second off, but I don't think he gained 8/10, dude. Like 8/10 is a lot. And I get
Bro, he
it's a road
fucked his
course,
lap.
but
Like, there's no. I don't think. I think he fucked his lap that bad, and that's why he was so mad. He probably really truly had pace. Like,
but
if we're being honest, he probably could have won. He would have been the one to go out there and lay down a 17-9. Like,
But that's
let's
what
be
I'm
fucking
saying
for real.
though. It's different again. Q by yourself versus starting P6 and trying to pass everybody. It'd be different if he was starting 4th or 3rd and like was right there, but he's literally 3rd row.
I mean, honestly, I think early on you're gonna get some stupid ass cautions, like probably 2 or 3 stupid ass cautions for 2 or 3 cars, and it's gonna bunch everybody back up, and then there you go.
The biggest thing with Vinny, I mean, this is ovals too, is when he's back in the pack, I feel like he just presses. He's very aggressive, and I think if he can kind of put that to the side, he can be okay.
See, I can
yeah, help him a lot.
I'll pick third real quick, and then I'll expand on that real quick, Dalton. So Moultrie, Vinny, I'll go Shelton. I think the new guy gets a podium, second race out. But going like real quick, and then we'll kind of wrap up. I think it's tougher, and I think I just told you this before. It's tough, like for instance, like say for me and Brady, when we have to drive 120% to run with like you, Brian, Dustin, like. I'm not saying you guys aren't driving hard, but like as much as you guys give a shit for saying we're slow or whatever, that's literally us driving 120% and giving it everything we have. So like, and I'll even admit like tonight I was doing it. So when I'm running like 28th, 30th, I'm driving the hardest I've ever driven to try and get back to you guys. And I think Vinny kind of does the same thing. Granted, he's got more talent than me by far, and he could easily get up to you, but I think it's almost like not really a panic, but like a panic to try and get there as quick as he can and keep like laps on the board to do something with you if he gets there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mean this in any kind of shady way, but when I was a lot younger, I was the same way. Like over aggressive, I just push, got to get to the front, lead all the laps. I want to like dominate. But like this year, I mean, it's made me kind of, I don't know. It's weird with this car because you can't really save like you want, but it's kind of made me drive smarter to where it's like, all right, if I save early, I'll got something later. But it's such a trade-off with this car.
That's like I said, we literally in the first, I don't know where we're going for Chicagoland, so I'll just say 5 weeks, but the first 5 weeks of this car, it's 5 distinctly different racetracks, so you can't even like take what you learned tonight and use it next week or use it in 2 weeks. Like it's just out the window. Relearn.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I was talking with Rochelle, and I told him going into the race, I have zero idea how to save tire, what kind of line I need to run, when I can push, when I need to kind of sit back. Like I have no idea about this car.
I think that's gonna be the fun part. But all right, fellas. Well, I appreciate you guys joining me. Hopefully, we'll definitely probably keep this one going. I think it's strictly NORA. We'll make it shorter. I know, funny enough, we've been here for an hour, but we'll keep it shorter, sweeter, and hopefully hammer home some good points. Anything to end it?
Yeah, just don't need to fix your wheel next week. Don't let it unplug when you turn right. I mean, I would just go ahead and just flip the files around. If you just flip the files like the other direction, like maybe they'll work, and just have it code back and forth when you turn right too for the grip axe. So maybe it'll help you get the front.
See, I don't know if y'all remember the Coda track trucks. I can't remember what turn it was, but my shit just went off. And my truck's sitting there. Yeah, like I was just sitting there doing a circle on the track, and I couldn't do anything.
I do remember that.
So if that happens again, I'm gonna be kind of devastated.
I know we're trying to get off, but you remember that one time, Dalton, when we were racing like Pro 2s or Pro 4s, and you're racing on your freaking 20-inch NASCAR wheel?
Yeah.
What the fuck are we racing? I have an honest question. Do you still race on that, or do you have a Formula wheel now for road?
So in the NASCARs, I try to do the stock car wheel, but I think I'm gonna have to do the F1 wheel.
Yeah, you can't drive on like a 97-inch wheel, dude. Like, my God, I couldn't.
Well, shoot, 10-1 felt like a damn bus. I need like a 4-1 damn steering ratio.
I bet. Oh, Lord.
So I got one question for each of y'all before we head off.
Oh
Like,
boy.
what's each of y'all's goals for the race next week? Besides just saying like I just want to win, like what's a legit goal like that you're gonna set out and try to do?
I just want to make clean passes. First off, like I want to be able to secure clean passes and stuff like that, and I also want to finish top 5. If I can come out there to top 5, I'll be very happy. Good points day. And just not kill anybody.
I think, and granted, I guess the one restart was my fault, but I had 16 X's tonight. I think it's the most I've had literally since Martinsville. I think I had less at Martinsville. So I'll set mine kind of simple. Less than 16 X's. And I'll match Brady. I won't say clean passes. I'll just say one pass in general clean. I won't even make it plural. I'll say one clean pass.
Oh, you gonna body somebody up? That's crazy, bro.
No, I truthfully, I think, like you said, like Vinny is going to figure it out, so he'll come through. But I think, truthfully, if we can get through the first couple laps without a caution, you'll obviously get spread out, and then it'll be a strategy game from there. And like I said before, I think passing's going to be hard. So that's why I'm keeping it simple. Make one clean pass. If I can have a chance to make more than one, then that's a bonus win for me.
What about you, Dalton?
Well, the obvious starting where I am, just not wreck. Try to. So my actual goal for the whole year is just to run every single lap. And right now I've done that so far, but it's gonna be very tough next week.
Don't lap the whole field.
Huh?
Don't lap the whole field.
I ain't gonna be up there. I just need to be on the lead lap.
Lord of mercy.
That's all I want to do is lead lap. That should get me, I don't know, top 15 if I can get up there.
Probably top 10 if it stays green, honestly. I feel like it's gonna be lapped all the way up to at least 10th.
Yeah, I just don't think I'm faster than a lot of those guys up there.
I don't know. That practice is going to be key on Monday, but I think we'll end it there,
I
fellas.
think
Oh, good.
you definitely need to practice with the tires just to see what they're gonna do, because that's your strategy right there.
It's.
You're gonna be forward fueled every stop. I would bet money on it, honestly.
I think you would
Yeah.
too, but it's gonna be like I said though. We don't know what this car's gonna do in traffic. Like we could literally go up the hill lap 1 and like me starting 6th or 4th. Like I said, it could plow into the fucking gravel or whatever, the sand, whatever they have over there.
Yeah.
Like we have no idea what it's gonna do going up that hill on cold tires lap 1.
That's why you practice.
You ain't practicing being sixth in line going up the hill.
No, you ain't.
You
It
can
still
practice
have to be a lot
restart.
of give and take.
Yeah, and I feel like, granted, like I know we're trying to end it, but I feel like tonight a lot of it was restart issues, but I feel like it wasn't like one person being overzealous and like trying to jump it. I feel like it was literally just like I said earlier, starting 28th or whatever and thinking, all right, we can finally go, and then it's just
And
like
running back of them.
5 cars ahead, like checks up or whatever, and then it's just the accordion. But yeah, I don't know. Hopefully we're wrong, and hopefully it's a good show. Truthfully, road courses always kind of get boring, so hopefully Brady gets a 5-second lead and then goes off track and somebody's in seconds on his ass.
Brady gets a 5-second lead. That's crazy, bro. Brady
I
falls
can
back to 5th.
shoot. I can see it.
Thank you.
I mean, your average lap in the qualifying was, I think it would have taken pole, just your average lap.
I don't know. We'll see.
All right. That is going to do it for episode 1. We will see you guys next week. Maybe we'll bring Dalton back. Maybe it'll just be me and Brady. Maybe we'll bring Cody Hunt on YouTube back for the hostile takeover of the podcast because he's
Oh, God.
extremely sick. And, yeah, we need Mikey in here. He brings
Mikey!
Brady life.
Mikey!
But, yeah, I think that's it. We'll see you guys next week.